Hi everyone, welcome to the Feminist Underground. The title of this video is The Underlying Sexism of the Pro-Choice Position. Yes, you heard me right. The underlying sexism of the pro-choice position. That may sound strange to you. After all the political rhetoric about if you're against abortion, you're conducting a war on women, you hate women, abortion is absolutely necessary for women. We hear that again and again. However, because something is repeated again and again, doesn't make it true. So we have to question it and examine it. Let's get down to it. Why is the pro-choice position sexist? Well, let's start by thinking about something that President Obama said. On the anniversary of Roe v. Wade, he said he was happy that Roe v. Wade is the law of the land because he believes that this is a country where everybody should have the right to follow their dreams. And that sounds lovely, doesn't it? He wants women to follow their dreams. But if we look more closely at that, what does it mean if someone believes that women don't have the power or equality to fulfill their dreams unless they have access to abortion? What does that say about women's bodies and their fundamental nature? Now, if women cannot be equal to men without changing their fundamental biological nature through abortion, then what that actually means is that women's bodies in their natural state cause women to be unequal to men because women can give birth. And if their own bodies cause them to be unequal to men, that actually means that's actually saying that women are inferior to men. Now, isn't there really the case that the reason women can't follow their dreams and achieve equality with men, that they have a womb? Is it really that simple? That position that Obama and mainstream feminists have taken protects male power. Now you have to remember that mainstream feminism, by which I'm referring to second and third wave feminism, were an outgrowth of the counterculture, which was a largely male-dominated movement. So second and third wave feminism agree with many of the ideas of the counterculture since it was an outgrowth of that movement. However, many ideas of the counterculture are actually not helpful for women and in fact were sexist. You have to remember that the counterculture was a male-dominated movement, and it's rather silly and you'd have to be sticking your head in the sand to actually believe that the men of the counterculture were so idealistic that they had only the best interests of women at heart when advocating for abortion and the sexual revolution. Now, so we see that by saying that women can't achieve equality without abortion is basically saying that women are inferior to men. And it's also protecting male power. How? If Obama really wanted to help women, he would say, we need to create a just society in which we accept the natural differences between men and women. Women have a womb, they give birth to children, men do not. So, for example, if a woman has a job and she gets pregnant and she has some sort of difficulty with her pregnancy or complication, her job should be protected. Those are the types of things that women need in order to have equality in our society and economic equality. But to tell women, oh, well, you have a pregnancy that's difficult, you have to get an abortion, is just backing women up against the wall for the sake of keeping society exactly as it is. And not only that, but if one examines the philosophical literature on abortion, there really is no definitive argument as to abortion's moral permissibility. So this adds an even extra layer to the sexism. Would you ever tell someone you truly loved and respected and saw as an autonomous moral agent to do something that might possibly be murder? And not only that, but tell them that in order for you to be equal to men, you have to commit an action that might possibly be murder and the unjust deprivation of the rights of another group of human beings. Are women really so degraded in our nature that that's our only road to equality? That shows that there is a very strong strain of misogyny in the counterculture. As much as they want to say that abortion is women's salvation, is it really? Whose salvation is it really? Why was it that after the sexual revolution, suddenly abortion was absolutely necessary for women? But was it absolutely necessary for women or for men? Because without abortion, the sexual revolution would not be possible. And we've seen that in order to say that women can only be equal by having access to abortion is to say that women are fundamentally, biologically unequal to men. And that certainly is not feminism. The fact of the matter is, men and women are equal. Abortion or no abortion, men and women are equal. And women's interests should be taken into account because women are rational beings and autonomous moral agents just as men are. Which is why we deserve a society in which our biological differences are taken into account and we're protected. And not only that, women perform a great service for humankind by bringing new life into the world. And so that's just one more reason to respect women, besides the fact that they are rational beings with an autonomous moral nature. It's time for us to question the feminist establishment. I'm tired of being told by the counterculture, feminists from the counterculture, that I'm only allowed to think one way. I can only agree with them. If I disagree, and I'm a conscientious objector to abortion, and I hate women, or I've internalized the patriarchy. I'm tired of the condescension. I and every other woman should think for ourselves, and it's about time, since the counterculture has become the establishment, it's about time that they were questioned. Are what they are espousing really good for women? Let's examine. Let's not be intellectually bullied by the feminist establishment and told what to think. Is abortion really good for women? Or is it true that the pro-choice position not only may be taking away the rights of the unborn, but it could also be a sexist position which really states that the female body actually is inferior to the male body, because our own bodies, they're what keep us down. It's not injustice, it's our own bodies. If we could just tame these bodies, we would be equal. I reject that sexism, and I say it's time for us women to question abortion. It's time for us to think for ourselves. Thank you.